Here we go.
Well, I got stabbed again today. I didn't feel good about it, but what's done is done. And now I'm lying bleeding on the floor. I put a bullet in his head. There was no hesitation, but you made it easy when you strapped his body to a chair. So say goodbye to everything you ever knew before, and I'd understand if you went running out the door. And I'll keep you safe, and no harm will ever come to you, I swear. And I'll kill if they even dare. I'll kill, I swear.
Hi, Your Highness.
Ahoy, Boot. How are you this fine evening?
I'm doing quite well. I went for a little bicycle ride this afternoon.
You did. You got me some of this wine that's made in Michigan.
Yeah.
It's a cider type of wine. I drink it warm. And look at this cute little cup.
That's
it
very
says
nice.
her wineness on it.
So while I was picking up your wine, and this is part of the explicit content warning.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. First of all, Her Highness will say naughty words.
I get a little fucking crazy.
Things that your kids should not hear. So
We've warned you. Don't let your kids hear
don't
me.
do it. But while I was at the store, there were at least 30 guys on Harleys.
Yeah.
All parked in the parking lot. And I was a little intimidated pulling up on my little bike.
Oh,
there was
this
a
is about
kid.
size?
There was about getting my ass kicked for no reason. I don't know.
Okay, what about this child?
So this kid, probably 12 years old, pulls up on his BMX bike, goes in, buys himself a candy bar, comes back out just as these guys are firing up their engines, and he rides out through the middle of them with his hand in the air and goes pointing forward with his arm.
What?
Like follow me. And they laughed their asses off.
Dude was like, how old is this
Great.
kid?
I don't know, 12.
Oh,
Just a
if
kid.
your kid is
If he's doing that.
wrangling up a Muskegon bicycle, but
Oh,
not
they
a
were from
bicycle,
Muskegon.
like a Muskegon motorcycle club at the age of 12 when he's on his BMX, your asses better be worried because he may or may not become a 1%er.
That is not on us.
All of the 99% of the other
But it was very
motorcycle
entertaining.
gangs, I think, are amazing. But that is fantastic. We don't have insurance for that. Shut this podcast off right now if you have a child in your car. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he's going to hear me fucking swear.
And,
That's
and
just
don't
how
listen
it
to
is.
her. Yeah, that's our explicit content
I'm
warning. Thank you.
repulsive, vulgar,
Welcome
tasteless.
to
Michigan Murders and Music.
where we discuss murders in our gorgeous state and top it off with a little homegrown music.
Leaving you with a happy ending.
And on a good note.
Fucking great note.
Yeah.
With Michigan music bands.
And thank you for allowing us to seep into your ears.
You guys really are the greatest. We have so many follows and likes and downloads. It's been so cool for a hobby
Thank you.
podcasters like us.
We would like to keep our podcast commercial free and independent. So if
you
you're-
guys don't have to listen to another.
commercial?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, we're going to do one in here.
It was a commercial for our friends.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that's different. We're not getting paid.
So if you're feeling a little tipsy, check out our website. There's a place you can go and donate if you want to. Otherwise, we have merch.
If you'd like, get drunk before you do it, and
And
then you
go to our
might
website.
donate more.
Yeah. Go to our
Yeah.
website. There's merchandise.
We have merch. You can make things. You can make a pillow with our logo on it. There's hats for winter time, which is right around the corner. You can do all of the things. This week we are featuring Fit the Bill.
They're out of Port Huron. It's really good stuff. I like it.
Super punk rock and grunge. They also came through for me last minute because I was a slacker, didn't have a band ready.
I have some feelers out for next week.
Yeah, well, we didn't get it done. These guys, bam, on top of it, got back to me. So thank you
Fit the
so
bill.
much, Fit the Bill, for that. Boot, throw up your hand. Where are we going this afternoon?
We are going all over the
Michigan
place.
Doesn't look like that.
Yeah, it does. It's all
Fingers
good. I have
all-
arthritis and stuff, you know.
Okay.
That's
Your fingers looked kind of funny for a minute.
You talking about that one? It smells funny too. So we're going all over Michigan, and we're covering domestic violence cases because it's October.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
We are paying homage, respect to victims of domestic violence.
I don't think it's a thing that will ever stop. It's like, sadly, it's like racism. It's just not going to stop. But we can bring awareness to it. We can help people get out of it. We can do things to minimize situations like we're about to tell you about.
Hopefully.
We'd like to hear from our friends real quick. Like,
let's hear
they
from
have
our
a new
friends.
podcast out, and we would like to support them. So if you're looking for a new podcast, check these guys out. Here they are.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Amy, and we are the Blood and Barrels Podcast.
And we wanted to invite you to join us each week as we discuss true crime in different locations around the country.
Every episode, we feature beer, wine, or spirits from the area where the crimes occurred. But beware, Mike has a potty mouth.
So does Amy.
Nah.
So check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
You can learn more about the show at bloodandbarrels.com. We will see you there.
Thank you, Mike and Amy from Blood and Barrels. It's good stuff.
Much love to you guys. Okay, Boo. Now we can talk about Nicholas Johnson. Nicholas
Gary
Dick.
And Laura Johnson did everything they could do to help their son.
Eventually, they could not take his abuse and disrespect any longer, which has got to be hard. It's your
I
kid.
couldn't imagine. In March 2018, Nicholas Johnson parents submitted a request for a personal protection order against their son.
Gary and I are concerned for our safety and others' safety. I need him to stay away from us for a while, and he needs to seek mental health help, Laura wrote in the application.
The request was made after two incidences in February of 2018. Laura claimed that Nicholas assaulted her and her husband, damaged property, and refused to leave their home.
Ugh. According to court records, Nicholas was charged with domestic violence and malicious destruction of property. I can't imagine my kid doing this.
No, I can't imagine that environment.
The
parents claimed that Nicholas assaulted them on multiple occasions.
On one occasion, on February 21st, 2018, Nicholas was upset because his girlfriend broke up with him. And the poor little baby was pissed. So he went over to Mom and Dad's house, and he actually pushed his mother backwards, injuring her head and causing bruising.
Oh, that's nice.
Because he's throwing a goddamn fit.
Yeah,
because
that's nice.
his girlfriend probably realized he was psycho.
Yeah.
What a fucking fuckery.
He was told not to come back to our house at that point. He has previously pushed my husband, threatened us, Laura wrote in her application.
So basically, she's just saying it all. Like, this is all what he's done. A week later, Nicholas allegedly crawled into the basement window and entered his parents' home.
He then refused to leave and broke 3 windows with his fist, according to documents.
Oh my God. It's insane. It's insane.
Laura also wrote in her application that Nicholas refused to seek treatment for mental illness and also refused offers for housing.
Yeah. So now he's homeless at this point, she had said. And that's, again, as a parent, cannot be easy. But you can't allow a kid to just fucking beat you up. That's not okay.
And Laura says then, at this point, Gary and I are concerned for our safety and others' safety. We're done with allowing him to keep destroying our house and our property.
So some more stuff happened in between there. More similar kind of situations happening. We're going to skip a few years forward, of which, like I said, I'm sure were hell for Laura and Gary.
On February 9th, 2021, officers from Portage Police Safety went to the Johnsons' home on Romans Road.
Gary had not reported for work in several days, like almost a week. So coworkers called the police and wanted them to do like a welfare check.
The last time he was known to be alive was February 3rd, 2021, when he sent an email just after 5 p.m.
When the officers went for the wellness check, they found freshly dug earth in the backyard and footprints leading to the dirt from the house.
They broke into the home, finding blood spattered on the walls and ceiling, along with larger stains in the room carpet.
This is something we have not come across in any of our cases yet. The scene also pointed to a missing couch.
You know, I see missing couches sitting next to the road constantly.
I don't think they're missing. I think people are just trying to get rid of them. We do see couches next to the road all the fucking time. We just saw one yesterday.
I know, and chairs,
Oh my
recliners.
God. People, they don't have the way to get rid of them, so they just check them outside.
Yep.
That's Michigan. Investigators later found out that Laura's vehicle wasn't at the home, and the couple's cell phones were both missing.
Data from the phone provider. Police went to Mallard Cove Apartments, found Laura's SUV, and spotted Nicholas watching them from behind the entrance.
That little fucking creeper.
Yeah.
He knows they're going to find the car.
Police say Nicholas went back into the building and the officers pursued him.
They found him in the basement inside a storage unit with several items. Officers say Nicholas had his parents' driver's license, their credit cards, their prescription medications, and their cell phones.
There was also a 9mm handgun in the room. Try to explain that one.
Yeah. Wow. Gee. One of the phones had been broken in half, but the other, which officers had determined belonged to his mom, Laura, had been used for a number of internet searches from the day the Johnsons went missing.
Yeah, this is good.
This kid's so smart.
Yeah, his searches included how to transfer money from a trust.
Like you're going to get the money anyways, dipshit.
Yeah, what a dink.
Also, you know those Ring device
Cameras?
camera things? He looked up whether Ring devices could record video after the base unit was removed and how much prescription medications are worth on the black market.
Oh, my God. Nicholas admitted he recently bought the 9mm handgun.
And coincidentally, a spent 9mm casing was located in Gary's vehicle along with a large amount of blood.
GPS data from Laura's vehicle showed it was driven several miles between the Johnsons' home and the Gordneck State Game
Oh
area,
my God.
where the Johnson bodies were found.
I didn't even know we had a state park called Gordneck there, guy.
Well, why wouldn't we?
Because, oh my God. Autopsies of the Johnsons show they both died from wounds to the head, with evidence pointing to the use of the 9mm handgun.
Gary Johnson was shot once in the head. Laura Johnson...
I actually read that it was at super close point,
Oh,
too.
gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
Laura Johnson was shot 2 times in her head and 3 times in her upper back and shoulder areas.
It just makes me uncomfortable.
I'd be, ugh. This is their fucking kid. I don't get it.
Nicholas is charged with murder in this case, and he remains behind bars as the legal proceedings continue.
His hair looks like mine in the morning
Oh,
all the time. He doesn't look mentally stable, but I bet they find him mentally stable to stand trial.
I hope so. Yeah, he needs to...
I mean, this was
he
going
needs to
on
go down hard.
for years. There was a lot more like little details to the story. I just didn't include. You guys can find it online. It's just sad. Okay, so that story was jacked up.
That was really jacked up.
To the next one. We're going to talk about Alex Messler from Buckley, Michigan.
Angela Admassian called 911 for help one night, June of 2020. It would be her final assault.
She told dispatcher her ex-boyfriend was brandishing a weapon and she was afraid.
When the sheriff's deputies arrived, her boyfriend, Alex Messler, was seated on the front porch.
Angela was found inside the home with fatal injuries.
Police arrested Alex Messler at the scene.
Angela sadly died after the assault.
Ugh. Alex Messler had been previously convicted of domestic violence and aggravated assault against this same victim, Angela.
Ugh. Oh my God. Once again, someone who tried to get help and couldn't. He is also considered a habitual offender, as this was his 4th offense.
Alex pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the death of his ex-girlfriend.
Alex Messler, 57, of Buckley, Michigan, accepted the plea deal on Friday, August 20, 2021, in a Wexford County court.
He was initially charged with first-degree murder. Sentencing has not been scheduled.
Just like that.
Yep.
That
just
quick
like
of a
that.
story.
Yeah, it sucks.
You can't get away. That's the hardest
you
part
do?
is when people try to get away from the situation.
Oh, yeah, and then it just...
If you don't have a
exasperates the situation.
strong system around you 24/7, they're going to get
And most
at
people
you.
don't, you know. I think we've got good friends and stuff, but man, I don't know.
It'd be hard.
Yeah, it would.
All right, we're going to move to Kalamazoo, Michigan.
A man accused of shooting another man in 2019 was sentenced to jail on a lesser charge.
Alejandro Sandoval Luz, 24, pled guilty to 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon in Kalamazoo County Circuit Court. He was sentenced to 9 months in jail on October 11th by Judge Pamela Lightvoet.
Counts of assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder, and felony firearms were dismissed as part of the plea deal with the Kalamazoo County Prosecutor's Office.
Ugh, I hate plea deals. I hate them.
I do too.
Sandoval Luz was arrested after allegedly intervening in a domestic dispute between his sister and the shooting victim on July 11th, 2019.
The man was shot in the upper shoulder near the neck area.
The sentencing guidelines for carrying a concealed weapon have a maximum of 6 months in jail. Defense attorney Scott Wagoner asked Sandoval Luz to be sentenced to probation only.
Before sentencing Sandoval Luz to 9 months, Lightvoet said he had substantial and compelling reasons to exceed the guidelines.
He was protecting his sister, for Christ's sakes. Sandoval Luz did not say anything during the sentence, and there were no victim impact statements.
Sandoval Luz was released on bond while the case was delayed during the COVID-19 pandemic. We all remember that.
It's still happening.
Yes. He was taken into custody after the sentencing Monday.
So basically, this brother stepped into a domestic violence situation to help his sister, shot the guy, and now he's being charged.
That's the way it goes. You know, my stepbrother tried to intervene while a prostitute was being assaulted by a pimp, and he is the one that got arrested.
What?
Yeah, in Chicago.
First
Yeah,
off,
it's
you
a
don't
mess.
mess with a pimp and a prostitute. You should just
No, but it was a woman in distress, you know, and we're from a relatively, we don't witness that kind of stuff.
We step in,
typically.
especially me,
Yeah, you've done that.
a few times, much to my regret. So there we go. That was just in 2019. COVID was a whole nother situation. It has brought the domestic violence numbers up dramatically. It's
on the news
it's
quite often.
Just everywhere. It's everywhere. I was looking up cases and they were all like new cases. I had to go back for a minute to get old cases.
You know, this is what brings out the real people. You know.
Oh, we've seen a lot of that, sadly, in the past 4 to 6 years. This is the last person we're going to talk about. I don't know if this is actually domestic violence. It's domestic violence. Let's cover it.
Sadeki Jabeth.
October 7, 2021. A sexual assault occurred on the city's southeast side, as in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
The assault happened around 6 a.m. in the morning.
I know.
That's pretty an odd time.
It's fucked up.
It's either early or really late. Not sure. On October 7th, in the 3900 block of Roland Avenue, Southeast.
A 25-year-old Grand Rapids woman said she was grabbed and sexually assaulted by a stranger.
Officers' preliminarily investigation led to a suspect who lived in the area, and detectives followed up along with members of the department's forensic services unit.
Grand Rapids police quickly arrested Sadeki Jabate. Jabeth? I can't say it.
Right. I think
25.
It's Jabate.
25 years old. He faces charges of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, assault with intentions to commit sexual penetration, and lying to a police officer in a violent crimes investigation.
Lying to a police officer. You know, isn't that the first thing everyone does?
That.
It's like,
for
no,
Christ's
officer, I
sakes.
didn't know I was going 90, and, you know.
I'll just, it's
That's
fine.
a crime.
I
Dude,
wouldn't
they can
do any
They can charge you for that. If convicted.
Isn't it called perjury?
Oh, yeah, but only in court.
Okay, what happens if he's convicted?
If convicted, Sadeki faces life in prison.
Life, motherfucker.
We're going to see what happens.
Sergeant Brendan Albert stated, "These cases may not be the first ones. It is also our experience that victims of such trauma will, on occasion, delay in reporting these types of crimes. We understand how it can be extremely difficult to come forward. We are hoping that anyone who has knowledge about this offense or similar offenses will reach out to us."
Thank you, Sergeant Brendan Albert, for summing it up so nicely. I don't understand how people can, mostly.
I don't either. It's sad. You guys, if you can support somebody by being there for them, do it. If just whatever you can do.
Anything.
Know the signs. Learn
listen,
the signs.
Help any way you can.
Yes. That's enough abuse for me. The parent one was really hard because as a parent, I can't fathom my children doing that to me. They may want to, but they're not going to because they know I'll whoop their asses first.
Right, but what a manipulative tool that they have. They know that you love them unconditionally.
Yeah, I bet those parents went through a lot before they even started to document it with police and stuff. Ugh, it's horrible. We have a happy ending, right?
Oh, God, thank you.
And a good note?
Yes, we do. I'm
at-
so ready for that.
My wine is still steaming hot.
It
And
is.
it's toasty warm.
It's a little chilly outside, so that
It warms the
sounds really good.
cockles of my cold.
So our happy ending
heart.
this evening is a band called Fit the Bill
Fit the bill.
out of Port Huron.
And I finally knew you as I watched you. You close your eyes. And I finally needed
Thank you for choosing Michigan Murders and Music. Please rate the show wherever you listen. Michigan Murders and Music is produced by The Boots. Episodes are researched and written by Your Highness. Edited by Your Highness. Views and opinions are the sole stupidity of us and us alone. Don't blame others, please. Listening to this podcast could quite possibly cause major problems to your earballs and definitely will mess up your kids. Permission has been given to us by the bands, and we purchase our music on Bandcamp.com. Support your local music scene and all local music scenes.